Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For this week's video, I would like to talk a little bit about how coming to this university is going to affect you, or rather, if this university is the right one for you or not. When you think of medicine, you think of sitting and studying for a long period of time and grinding through. And when you come to this university, you realize, of course, the grinding part is definitely there. I reassure you that. But the major issue is that I feel like most of your examinations are going to be oral. And this isn't something that all of us are going to be prepared to be dealing with exactly, because most of us come, or rather I and a lot of the people who I know come from a background of sitting and writing a lot for their examinations rather than giving orals. And in this university, I definitely feel like the oral examinations are quite tough, not going to lie, because they expect quite a lot from you, and they expect you to draw your resources from various sources such as their presentations, research through various websites or media, as well as the available notes. And this can be quite hectic, especially if towards the end you haven't really been as consistent with your studies and you need to come up with a quick action plan to get through your exams. Now, the main issue with oral examinations is that I feel, at least in first year, what's going to happen is you're going to be more used to giving written examinations or class tests as such in anatomy and histology. And it's only towards the end that you get a real feel for the oral examinations in the finals. Now, of course, in the winter and summer, usually there should be the dissection exams for which you should be exposed to the oral examination. But even then, you're not going to have as much of an experience to it if this is something new for you. For these oral examinations, usually what happens is you first pick up your questions, and after that, you're assigned a certain amount of time to prepare for them. Now, they'll provide you with the sheets of paper for you to write down your notes, and once you're done making your notes, you have to present it in front of a professor. Now, this is usually where it gets quite tricky because some professors expect you to give some basic knowledge, whereas others might expect you to give in depth information about the particular topic, especially if it's something that they're researching on or if they're specialists of. And in such situations, it's like even if you know the answer, it can be quite intimidating to come up with the solution right away, and you might require some time to think of it. Now, of course, some of the professors do guide you in the right path towards getting the answer, especially if they feel like you know of it. But since this is like a new experience, especially for a lot of you guys used to writing your exams, and especially for me as such, what I felt was like in a written exam, even if you don't know of a question, you can come back to it later on once you think of it or you've thought about it for a while. But in oral examinations, it's like you have to answer it spontaneously. You have to answer right then and there, and you won't get as much time to think about it, apart from referring to the notes that you have made. And that's why it becomes much more important to study your topics in depth before giving an attempt. Now, of course, you're given 3 attempts before you fail a subject. So, because of this, I feel like first try and prepare as much as you can for a subject and give it a first attempt and see how that goes. In case if you do fail it, don't think that's the end of the world and just go and give another attempt as soon as possible. No, that is not the right way. Make sure you think about it for a while, like maybe take 10 days or more to re prepare for that particular exam. Make sure that you've covered all loopholes that you think needed filling, or that you have strengthened all the concepts and like specificities that you feel like are needed for that exam. Consult with your seniors. Maybe go for consultations as well with professors to find out what exactly are the fine details that you need to know for a particular topic. And once you're done with all of that, then give another attempt of your final exam, because I feel like that's going to be much better than just hurriedly giving an exam attempt without really knowing what exactly to do. Now, another thing that I would recommend you guys to do is to print out the question list for each and every final that you have to give. And this way, maybe tick out all the questions that you've done at least once, revised and re revised, because it's important to keep track of everything that you revise and this will make sure that you successfully pass each exam, and it's going to be much more of an organized way to make sure that you have covered all your bases. So that's it for me this time. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and see you guys for the next one.